Now, ever since getting the Leica Q2, I've been heading down this negative spiral of thoughts that can you really justify the price of this camera, and isn't the best camera you're having just the one that's on you, and usually it's just your iPhone and so on. And there's a whole lot of discussion going on to this, so hear me out. First of all, what we're creating here not only applies to photography but also filmmaking. Whatever it is that's out there, what we're creating, it's a piece of art. And if you ask me, art isn't something you really can justify with logic and rationalize. Surely just as in music there is music theory, there is in filmmaking there's set design, of course in the story you're having the introduction, the conflict, the resolution, whatever, however you're putting it there, the sound score, also color theory and so on. But still, the final human touch that's added there, it's you as an artist who's adding it there. And all of this ties together to this camera over here, and I'm gonna talk about it. But first, let's roll the intro. Hey there, if you're new around here, my name is Andreas, I'm a husband, a father, and besides that I'm also a medical doctor working full-time there at the local ER. And besides all of that, there's only a few hours left over in the week during which I run this channel where I talk to you, busy individual trying to build something creative. So if any of that interests you, make sure to subscribe because I make videos just for you. So to the topic was that ever since pretty much 2017 or 2018, from when I was starting to take photography and filmmaking a bit more serious, and as I'm doing quite a lot of paid client work, I had to start to justify all of my gear buying decisions. That does it make economically sense? Does it allow me to create better content? Is it more foolproof, or does it increase the redundancy of the content? Will the client notice it? Will it allow me to create content faster or anything? And if I didn't hit any of those markers, then I wouldn't buy that gear because it didn't make economically sense for me. And now, a few years later, I've come to realize a big thing is that the piece of thing that we're creating, it's art. And in order to be able to add that final piece of human touch in there, you'll have to find your inner artist, the Banksy, so to say, within you. And in order for you to find it, you need to be motivated, you need to be inspired and everything. And truth be told, the tool that you're handling, it's a one-on-one, the physical connection you're having between you and the art that you're creating. It's not that the tool dictates the results of the outcomes, because that's why people with even Nikon cameras create amazing photographs and so on, but still the tool gets you in the right mood, so to say. And especially beginners out there who are a bit unsure on what type of gear to invest in, they really don't know the type of gear that triggers this spiral or pathway of creativity until they've been fondling with enough cameras and gear to find that what is the piece of tech that resonates with them. And this is something that I've now come to realize after I've gotten my hands on the Leica, is that the photography I experience with this is just something tremendously different from how I was experiencing it previously. Now, I have to say that in terms of filmmaking, I had the very same realization when I, for the first time ever, hooked up a Sirui anamorphic lens onto my Sony camera. It was just like a bang, a new world opened up for me. Surely none of my clients or anyone requested anamorphic content. It's just that the piece of art I wanted to create for myself in filmmaking, it was anamorphic. In photography, I can bet my ass on that all of the pictures I've been taking with the fucking expensive Leica, I could have been able to produce also with my iPhone. Now, surely with expensive gear there is technical advantages to it, and if you listen to YouTubers Gerald Undone, you'll get a whole lot of list of gear that allows you like the best technical advantages out there, because he looks at purely the technical specifications of the things. But what it misses out on is the thing or the tool, how it affects you as a creator, because it's not the brush, but it's you as a painter who's holding that brush. And by holding a fucking Leica Q2, the feeling I'm having when I'm taking portraits is just way different than previously. Now, will you notice a difference? Perhaps not. Will the clients? Well, perhaps not, but it allows me as a creator to create with an intention that previously didn't exist. And what I'm saying, and I was also saying in my previous video linked up here, is that burning out doesn't come from working hard. Burning out comes when you're working too hard without any kind of intention or a clear purpose. And this too allows you to create in the way that feels true to you and sparks your joy, your passion in creating. Now for fuck's sake, I'm not telling you to go buy a Leica. It might not be the tool for your trade, but instead try out until you find whatever it is that sparks your joy in creating. It might be that you just haven't experienced it because you haven't had your hands on it. It's not something I can logically justify or rationalize. It's a feeling, as everything within art is. If you enjoyed this video this far, make sure to hit the thumbs up button down there. And also, as mentioned, if you're looking to build something creative alongside you working your full-time job, make sure to hit subscribe, because I make videos just for you. Thanks for riding fences with me today, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.